Welcome back. Well, this morning I'm joined by Marquette City Police Chief Blake Riebolt, talking about looking forward to next week is National Police Officers Week. So Blake's joining us this morning to talk to us a little bit about what it's like being a police officer, especially here in the UP. And one of the things I found interesting that you kind of mentioned off the bat is a lot of this stuff we see you guys obviously walking around patrolling, but a lot of the stuff you guys do is behind the scenes.
Yeah, I think a segment of the population doesn't get to see exactly what we do on a 24-hour basis. We work 365 days a year, 24 hours a day, holidays, weekends. So it gives us a little bit of a different perspective on what happens on a day-to-day basis in our communities.
Yeah, you guys are kind of like those superheroes saving the day without us noticing half the time.
Well, I don't know if I'd go that far, but I think we're a little bit more in tune with what goes on in our communities on a daily basis.
Now, for you, of course, you've been doing this for a couple of years now.
Sure.
And
right.
There's obviously some hard days, but what are some of the days that you really enjoy the most, or some of the times that you really enjoy what you do?
I really enjoy the people I work with. I really enjoy working with other police agencies. We have a great relationship with all the agencies here in Marquette County, the State Police, the Sheriff's Department, and a lot of the local agencies, Ishpeming, Negaunee, Choclet, Forsyth Township. So working with them to resolve issues that we face in our communities is probably one of the funnest things. And the stuff that you encounter. I mean, it's just really stuff that you just, it's an amazing experience. It's amazing to see what happens on a day-to-day basis. So it's fun. It's fun. Nothing is the same when you come into work every day.
Yeah, I think that makes it a bit exciting too.
It is exciting. And some things are good, some things are bad, but you take everything in stride and you just work real hard to do the best you can when you're out there working.
That's right. I think growing up, a lot of kids, you think, oh, I want to be a firefighter, I want to be a policeman. And how can kids make that a reality as they grow up?
Well, that's a good point. I think right now with everything that's going on, not only within the state but within the nation regarding law enforcement, there's not a real high demand and there's not a lot of people coming into the profession. So it's kind of our job as law enforcement administrators and officers to try to recruit qualified candidates into our profession. It's something that we try to do, and I know a lot of the other agencies do through internships, through ride-alongs. We don't just let ride-alongs happen. You got to have an interest in the field to kind of come in and experience what we deal with on a day-to-day basis. But I think that's an important part of our responsibility, is to start recruiting qualified candidates into this profession, because it's something that we need to carry on as a tradition, and try to get some real qualified candidates in here.
I think you're absolutely right. And you guys do so much for us. And coming up here next week, you're saying there's a way to kind of pay respect to officers from the past.
Yes, on Friday, May 20th, the Marquette County Law Enforcement Administrators Association is hosting the UP Peace Officer Memorial. It's going to be held at the Superior Dome in Marquette. We're going to coordinate at the State Police Post here in Negaunee. There'll be a procession of law enforcement agency vehicles leaving the post at 9, and they'll be traveling to the Dome, where a ceremony will be conducted at around 10 o'clock. And then afterwards there'll be a luncheon and then kind of a meet and greet. And it's kind of to pay respect for the law enforcement officers that have been killed in the line of duty, not only in the Marquette area, but throughout the UP and throughout some of the surrounding areas, even including Canada and northern Wisconsin.
All right. Well, I think that's a great idea. You guys do so much for us, and we're lucky to have you around. So if you get the chance, of course, coming up next Friday, you said, get there to the Superior Dome, pay some respect. And, of course, don't forget National Police Officer Week coming up next week. So if you see these guys walking around, like Chief Riebolt or any of our local law enforcement, be sure to thank them for what they do for us. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having us today.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out this morning. It's always fun.
It is.
All right. Well, after the break, Ansley Watson, she's staying out of trouble this morning. She's talking a little bit about art classes. Stay tuned.